Hey everyone, so today I'm going to show you how I plan my week. So I have my weekly goals and task spread open already. This is what I follow to plan my week. I have my bookmark here, so if I need to flip back and forth, usually when I plan I'm flipping back and forth, and so I have a bookmark so I can easily find this spot. I have my goals. I have just a task of to set a project, but then I have other tasks on my task cards here, so I don't really write it into my weekly plan. I have it here and pull it out when needed, so that's why a lot of that is blank. And then I have my recurring tasks on this side, which goes into my weekly insert. So I wanted to show you guys, I pulled out the things that I think I'm gonna need. So I always have these headers: this week, next week. I have these check boxes, these text icons for holidays, these icon boxes for birthday, reminders, and mail. I usually also have one for shows, but all our shows are on break right now, so I don't need that this week. Oh, and then I have my monthly kit. So I have the bucket list, and then sheet A, sheet B, which is one of the sheets I use for weekly. So I'll put that to the side. I'll put this over here. Sheet C, which is the other sheet I use for weekly. As you can see, I've used some of them already. Sheet D, which I don't really use for weekly, and sheet E, which is a combination sheet B and sheet C, just in case I need some extra full boxes or any of these here. And then I have my weekly fold out. So this is a printable on our Etsy shop, and it's a fold out printable. And I know I got some questions from one of my last videos. They didn't see this in the Etsy shop, probably because in the Etsy shop it doesn't have some of these headings. It's the exact same layout, but I just made these headings for myself, and it's not like that in the download, just because people might have different uses for these areas. So I like to keep it more general for the shop, but for my own personal use I put in these headings myself. So usually this just says tasks, and then it has a long list. And this doesn't have meal planning on the top in the digital file, but it does have this exact layout, so you could add a header sticker there that says meal planning. I think all that is the same. This page, these boxes, these little checklist areas are exactly the same layout. I just added these headings for myself. Again, you can write them in yourself, or you can use header stickers. And then on the back, I think it says notes. Either it's blank or it says notes on the back. I just put spending on mine. So it's the exact same insert in our printable shop. It's just I added headings myself. And you can add header stickers like this, which we do have a set of. It's not this week and next week. It's like a sampler of a bunch of different words. You can add those on this insert and customize it to your specific needs. So those are all the things that I need for my weekly planning. And then I have a few items that I have on hand just in case I need them. These are mostly the same ones I showed in my last video for monthly planning, but I always keep my slice tool on hand, as well as a straight edge for trimming washi or stickers. I always keep an eraser on hand for if I need to take off a sticker and it leaves that residue. Erasers are a great way to rub off that residue. And then I have my friction eraser for my friction pen. I have my my gray mild liner, which I use for highlighting like headers and stuff. I have my tweezer for laying down small stickers, and I have some scissors for if I need to cut any stickers, washi, or usually if my inserts don't already have the slits in the holes, then I use the scissors for cutting those slits, but I already prepped these ahead of time. So what I do is I go into my planner and take out last week's insert. So this is actually, today is Saturday the 23rd, so I'm almost done with this insert, but since I have another day, I'm gonna leave it in. But usually what I would do is I would take it out, anything that was not done this week and I need to transfer over, then I'll write it down like on my iPad or just on a scrap piece of paper and then plan it into the current week. But for now, since like I said, I still have the rest of today and tomorrow to go, I'll leave that in. And then I would usually pop these in here, but for now I'm going to keep it out because it's easier to plan with them outside of my planner. So just like in my monthly plan with me video, I usually have my phone or my iPad on hand to transfer any calendar stuff, but again I'm using my Hobonichi cousin to I pre-planned in here so I can write it in here. And this is from 2018. I repurposed my old planners and this wasn't used, so I just found one with similar dates. So I am going to be planning May 25th through the 31st. So I just have that here in front of me. And then so just like in the last video, the plan with me for monthly, for this video I'm going to just lay out first and then write everything in after. I did want to mention a disclaimer for the last video. So if you watched my plan with me, how I plan my month, I did that where I laid everything out, put down the stickers, and then I did a sped up portion where I filled everything in, and there was supposed to be music in the background. It's a long story, technical stuff, whatever. I had to take out that music, and so it was totally silent. It was like dead air during that time. I'm so sorry about that. That was like, I didn't want to have it that way, but I didn't want to have to redo the whole video or record a voiceover. I wanted to hurry up and get the video up for you guys, so sorry about that. This time I think I'll try to put music again. If not, I'm going to try a voiceover. So first I'll lay out the stickers. So starting with the first page, I don't put any stickers here. On the original layout where it just said tasks and this was all blank, I would put a header sticker that said personal and business here, but since I already wrote it in, typed it in, I don't need to put any stickers there. And then again, I would usually put header stickers in these areas, but I already typed it in, so I don't need to do that. So really what I'm starting off with is the spread when you open it up. And what I start off with first is this sidebar. So I'm gonna put this paper aside. Sorry if my papers fly around a little bit here and there. It's because I have the fan on in here. It's really warm and so I need the fan so I'm not melting. But okay, let me zoom in. Okay, so the first thing I do is pull out my sheet B in my sticker kit, and I choose one of these full boxes to put at the top here. So these are the full boxes for May, and I was thinking I was going to put the bathtub one, even though I don't take baths, I take showers, but I always like the idea of taking a relaxing bath, and I've been starting to feel very exhausted lately, so I thought this would be a good reminder to me to rest, to take some downtime. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these on the top. Now this column, sorry I'm turning upside down, but it's easier for me to line up, but this column is the standard 1.5 inch width. I make my stickers 1.25 inch wide. Just because I like a lot of white space in my planning, and I like to just not have it go all the way to the edges of the column. So I make mine a little bit more narrow. And so I always put a full box at the top, and then I always put a half box at the bottom. So I have my sheet C, which has all the flags, quarter boxes and half boxes. And I think I will do, I don't want to do marble because there's already marble here, so I think I'm going to do just this pink color. And I always do the half box at the bottom. Just center it. I just kind of eyeball it, center it here. And then right above that, I put one of these next week stickers. And so the reason why I start at the top and the bottom is so I could center everything that's in between. And then right under here, I put a this week sticker. So I also do, if you can notice, a little spacing. I don't put the stickers right underneath. There's a little bit of space in between. I don't know if you could tell here. So I put a little bit of space in between. And then under there, I put a quarter box. So I'll take the same pink one to match and put this a little bit underneath the this week. And then I get my checklist boxes. And I want to center it in between. So that's actually turned out pretty perfectly. So a thing that I do to measure is I turn the sticker upside down so I could measure, you know, where I would go to be centered. So I'll just put it a little bit below. It looks like it's pretty even centering between all the stickers, which is cool. Maybe a little bit more here, but that's okay. So that's how my sidebar would look. This is pretty much how I do my sidebar every single week. And then, so here I would put like the project I'm working on or focusing on for this week, miscellaneous to-dos that don't fall on a specific date, and then anything that's coming up next week that I need on my radar. And then after that, I would normally go through and date these. Actually, I think I will do that because when I'm doing my calendar, I won't know what the date is for each day. So I'll just do that part quickly. So let me see. So this is the week of May 25th. So I just date it here. I also sell date covers that cover this up perfectly in the shop, if you prefer to do that instead of writing them in like this. I just write it in just to be quicker, but let me show you guys real quick. Last week I did use the date covers just to test them out, see how they looked, and they came out pretty cute. It's like this. So this is the date cover, and then this are gray date dots. So that's another option. They fit very nicely over these columns. So after I put the dates in, I'll go through my Google Calendar and see what's going on in each of these days. So on this top part is where I put like whole day events or reminders and birthdays, whatever, and then also any meetings, appointments, and stuff like that. So like I said, I'm going to lay down the stickers first and then I'll fill it out. So for Memorial Day is on Monday the 25th. And so I have a whole sheet of stickers for the holidays, and Memorial Day is here. So I'm going to use that. Another thing I can use is on my monthly kit. I have one here, just a circle icon if you want to use that instead of text icons. But I really like these little text icons. I think they're so cute. So I'll put it here, just right in the middle. So that's it for Monday. And then on Tuesday is my godson's birthday. So I'll use one of these icon boxes for birthdays. And again, I already kind of know because I've been using them, but if I wanted to see where I need to put it, I would turn it upside down and kind of see where the placement is. And so I like how there's some white space around. So that's for the birthday. And then there's some other stuff there that I'll write in later. Some other appointments here, appointments there. And then on Friday, there's quite a few due dates. 1, 2, 3 due dates. So I like to use the bow icon boxes for reminders or due dates. So let's see. Just put them here. And I just space them out just a little bit. And I also had to like keep an eye to make sure what other appointments are that day, to make sure I have enough room to write them below. Because if I don't, then usually I would just probably get, I would probably just get little bow doodles or the tiny little icon to put it here and then write it in so it wouldn't take up so much space. But I think I'm okay there. And then there's another birthday on Saturday, which is my brother's birthday. So I'll put that there. And then that's it for the top part, and then I'll write in the appointments and stuff later. So after I do the whole top part for any like birthdays, due dates, reminders, holidays, then I do the bottom part, which is little things. And so that's basically any mail I'm expecting or shipments and TV shows. And I mentioned at the beginning of this video, we don't have TV shows right now that are scheduled because shows are on break. We do binge watch like stuff on Netflix and stuff, but we'll just watch that anytime. So the only thing I'm gonna put in is any mail I'm expecting. So on the 26th, I'm expecting Amazon. So usually what I would do is put mail, start mail at the top and the shows at the bottom. So I put this here. And then on the 27th, I'm expecting some nails. So Maddie Plans recommends these nails and they look so pretty on her. And my nails always look so messed up in the videos. I'm so sorry. I just don't like painting them because I feel like they get messed up so quickly. And I don't know, whatever. So I don't bother painting them, but then I watch my videos while I'm editing them and I think my nails look horrible. And I feel bad that you guys are subject to those. So I bought some nails. We'll see how they look. I'll try them out and hopefully I'll have prettier hands in upcoming videos. So I expect those on Wednesday. And then on Friday, I ordered some storage boxes. And then I think that's it as far as I know what's coming. I'm still waiting on my Moterm planners since, I don't know, over a month ago. So I don't know when that's coming, but I think that's about it. This side I don't do anything, this side I don't do anything. So that's all I do to set up my week. Again, everything that I'm doing, I follow my month or my weekly tasks and goals or goals and tasks sheet. So that's what I'm going to use to fill in all of my tasks here and some stuff here. But I'll go ahead and fill this all out.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
All right, so here's the finished product. So on the first page here, I put my top 3 goals for the week, which is research a new recipe, do my savings challenge, and post 2 videos. This is blank right now, and as things pop up each day that I need to get done this week, and I don't know where to put it yet, I will put it here, personal, business. Then when you first open up this this view here, I'll do menu planning. So this is more like a log. I kind of log what I eat for each meal each day, so I can kind of get a glance of how I'm doing for the week. As things come up that I need to buy, I'll put that here. Any errands. Right now, since we're on quarantine, that's not really being utilized right now. Some mail I'm waiting for, Moterm, hurry up. So I'll list that there because I don't know exactly when they're coming. On the back, on that back page is nothing. I log my spending there. But in the main section for the fold out, here's how it looks. I love the separation of, so it's kind of like that, how, I don't know if you guys follow or watch Erin Condren Planner Girls, but they usually break up things into this kind of sections where it's to do or today, anything doing with like birthdays, appointments and stuff, and then to do tasks, and then little things. That's how I do mine as well. I like that setup. So here I always have a little deco for the week, my focus for the week as far as projects go. Here I put any tasks that I need to do for the week that are not day specific. So this part is different from this part because these are like, oh, it'd be nice to get it done this week, but if I can't, I'll forward it to next week. But these ones are like, yeah, I really should get these tasks done this week, so that's why it has a more prominent space right here. And then my next week focus, it's my girls' summer break, which is crazy, so just having that on my radar. And then I mentioned to you guys about all these things here. I filled in the appointments, like my daughter's Zoom meetings, and then these tasks all came from these weekly recurring tasks. They're all just transferred here. And then mail, and I'll add to it because there's always mail coming in, like for the shop, things that I order for the shop, office supplies and stuff. So I'll add to that as needed. But that's basically it. That's how I plan my week. I love how it looks. It's so satisfying. If you have any questions about how I planned anything here, then please leave them in the comments below. And then my next video will be showing how I plan my day. And then after that, some extra like tools and resources I use to aid me in my planning system. So I hope you guys are enjoying this so far. I'm really enjoying doing these for you guys, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in my next one. Bye.